A game that turned into a series that has spanned over 3 decades of video games, manga, and anime, one of the earliest console JRPGs that influenced countless games that came after it. That's right, we are talking about Dragon Quest, also known as Dragon Warrior. We're going to be taking a look back in video game history when the NES reigned supreme, and check out some artwork, advertisements, as well as gameplay for this historical game. My guest today needs no introduction. He is a man known by many names, some of them not for the faint of heart. The Italian Stallion, the man who stole your lady. He is what's for dinner, beef.
Hello, glad to be here.
I have you here with me today to get your unbiased opinion and impressions of this game, because I know you're not a huge JRPG person per se.
No.
But I know that you obviously are a gamer and you grew up in the 80s, such as myself.
Yep.
Playing Nintendo.
Had my Atari 2600, had my NES, had my Sega Master System, all the good stuff.
So let's start off with looking at some pieces of history of the game. When this game first came out in Japan in May of 1986, it was known as Dragon Quest. So we have some box art. Does the art look somewhat familiar to you?
That is classic. That is so classic DBZ stuff right there.
It's Akira Toriyama who did Dragon Ball and all the Dragon Ball stuff. He also did games like Chrono Trigger and Blue Dragon.
Wow.
So that was the reason I wore my Dragon Ball shirt today.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
I just
surprised that he just happened to wear one. I did not tell him to wear one. It was complete coincidence. And it was actually one of the bigger reasons I had you come on is because you're one of my friends who's also a really big Dragon Ball fan, a Dragon Ball Z fan. So I thought, if I'm going to start off at the beginning and talk about this, one of the biggest things is that the characters were illustrated and stuff like that by Toriyama. Right. So this was the actual box art.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool. This was the back. I mean, you get the idea. They showed how the game looked. Then in America, we got the game in August of 1989. It hit North America. Mm-hmm. They actually had to change the name to Dragon Warrior, and so we got a different box art. The reason being was because there was actually a pen and paper RPG called Dragon Quest. So for trademark infringement, they had to change it. It was originally published by Enix in Japan, and then a few years later, when it came to America, Nintendo it was super popular in Japan, like really, really popular.
Right.
So Nintendo brought it here and started selling it, so it became published under Nintendo. We'll look at some Nintendo Power stuff. At one point, Nintendo actually was giving the game away with subscriptions to Nintendo Power.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it got a push. It still never did great here in America. Most people were more used to the traditional computer RPGs, which were Western RPGs that came out prior, which were on computer, most influenced by games like Wizardry and Ultima. So Nintendo Power, they release a lot of times. They release little guides and stuff, and you might get part of the guide in 1 month, another part of the guide the next month.
Yeah, I remember those.
So for instance, here is one of the ones that came in Nintendo Power. Again, more of a artistically, painted looking. Still looks really cool though. Like
honestly, it has some magic feel behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine like being a kid in the 80s and getting this and being like, oh, that's awesome. What's this game about?
Oh yeah.
Here's that one we were just looking at. Here's the inside of it.
The whole breakdown.
Mm-hmm. This one was June of 1989. Here's one from September of 89. Dragon Warrior, step into the legend. So they did a lot of this cool stuff. They show you, drawings of the creatures and monsters. They show some stuff from the game itself, and they give you tips and tricks, healing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cool look of the map, some of the creatures.
God, it was awesome back in the day. Just you sitting there waiting for your damn Nintendo Power to come in, and
Oh yeah.
Get to open it up and see all this amazing stuff and the time that they took on all this stuff back then.
Yeah, and this even tells you like here like about spells, when you get different spells at different levels and stuff like that. Yeah, back then, I mean, they did some cool stuff with those. I mean, not everything's online and everything, but here's another one. This one is in August of '89.
That's better artwork out there. That should have been the game cover.
Yeah, the Nintendo Power always had, well, not always, Nintendo Power usually had some really good artwork and really kind of sold the game. And Nintendo Power was at this point literally trying to sell the game. You know, they were backing it here in America. And for many people, I mean, in the late 80s, early 90s in America, this was their first console JRPG they've ever played. So, like I said before this, there was a lot of the computer RPGs, pen and paper RPGs. Here's some of the spells they're trying to show you. Like, that was another thing too. They made the spells in this game when they were making Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior. He was trying to make it easy for anyone to just pick it up and learn it and use it. So it didn't have to do all the crazy, advanced stuff. So the spell Hurt is a damage spell. The spell Heal is a heal spell. So they try to make it kind of like very simple and easy to understand to get a broader audience base. So there's items and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Herbs and such.
Yep.
That was a pretty in-depth game for back then, I mean, honestly.
So let's look at the first advertisement that I found so far. That was the Japanese commercial.
今新しい伝説が生まれようとしている
Very quick and dark.
Oh my god.
Obviously that's not the best quality, but you get the idea. It was short, dark.
That's a horrible commercial.
maybe might have scared some kids, but
like it seems like their selling point was completely based off of like who was making the game, because Akira's name was the first thing that shows up, and then
written by Yuji Horii. Yeah,
I feel like that's where their selling point was, and it was just like, yeah, man, there's a game behind this.
Yeah.
And Japan has so much different. The culture is so much different when it comes to selling things. Like, I mean, they actually give a damn who makes the product and who does what and who's behind the scenes and what stuff. You do that over in America. Like, who cares? We just want something.
So the composer, if you saw the music, was by Koichi Sugiyama, who became very influenced and inspired many other video game music composers later. One of which being Nobu Uematsu from the Final Fantasy series, which is one of the most popular probably today, because Final Fantasy music's become so big.
Oh yeah, hands down.
They always do like big choruses and orchestras and stuff.
Hands down. Fun fact. I've also never really played any of the Final Fantasy games, but I hear some of the music and it's like just boom boom. It stays with you.
So let's look at the next commercial, which was the commercial in North America, 1989, for Dragon Warrior.
Prepare thyself well, Dragon Warrior. Thy most challenging quest ever awaits. Go with speed and go with patience. Seek out an arsenal, a dragon scale, a torch, and magic herbs. Use wisdom and cunning to choose thy commands, for the Dragon Lord is a fierce rival. Horrible and treacherous minions all guard the Evil One's island castle. Art thou ready, young one?
Yes, King Warren.
And so begins a new epic, Dragon Warrior.
Nintendo, now you're playing with power.
Oh my god, dude, I remember that commercial.
Do you?
I do.
That's awesome.
I do. And I wanted that game. I did want that game. My parents were huge Bible thumpers, and they're like, no, you can't play that. So I'm like, but you let me play Jaws. So I don't understand. They're like,
They were
no,
against
no.
like knights and dragons type of thing, or they weren't sure.
No, they're completely against quote unquote like magic and and stuff like that, and like, oh, that's not real, and that you shouldn't. Like, wow, okay,
that makes
but it's
sense.
okay to play a little Italian jumping on turtles and causing violence that way. It's okay.
Yeah, acid trips are okay.
Yeah, it's
Not-
completely fine.
Yeah, but not magic because
No.
it's the devil work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just so we're clear, magic not good, drugs okay,
Yeah.
according to my parents.
Video games with weird druggy things.
But no, that commercial though goes back to my whole marketing thing where Japan is completely different
Yeah,
than
of course.
the U.S. because that I remember like it sparked a memory.
Yeah.
Like I wanted that game like
Yeah.
just because of what I saw. Like I didn't care who made it. I didn't care who wrote it,
Yeah.
who did the artwork or whatever. Like I
Right.
just wanted that based on what I saw.
You see a king, you see a knight, and you're like, I want to go kill some freaking monsters.
Yeah, exactly.
Save a princess.
Well, make some mofos feel bad.
A couple other things we have here are a couple different like little insert maps. So this one was, if I'm not mistaken, a map that came within your actual game. You know, you used to get the game,
Yes,
the guide, sometimes the map.
yes.
It told you what the name of the different towns and places were, but left spaces for you to fill in things, your own notes that you know, what you found, whatever, tips, tricks, things you figured out.
God, games back then just I miss that.
I know.
I
Now
miss
everything's
that.
digital, download it, you know, it stinks.
You know, as a kid, you know, you like say you had to go to the bathroom. You know, what do? You go ahead and grab the box and open it up and
Oh, and read it while you're in the
read
bathroom.
it while you're in the bathroom. You know, if you already went cover to cover on your Nintendo Power, that was the next best thing.
Now you just swipe your phone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that one. There was another one which I'm pretty sure I remember having this one, and I think it came from Nintendo Power with the guides and stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this one is a monster identification chart, and it actually shows you all the different monsters. It tells you their health, how much gold you get, what experience they drop.
You like spawn points too?
Yeah, the squares, the colors will tell you what areas those monsters are in when you're fighting or when you're wandering around traveling.
That is pretty advanced.
Yeah.
You didn't see stuff like
think
that
so,
back
too.
then. You didn't see stuff like that back then.
Yeah, and you know, I think it even tells you like some of the weaknesses and stuff like that in there. So it's pretty cool. The bottom right corner, it has the Dragon Lord. He's the main boss. So it shows his picture, but it says max HP, gold, experience, all question marks. So they didn't give that away. You still had to go and finally fight him. But
Right.
pretty much all the other monsters, it shows you.
You know, looking at this, it's very reminiscent of early Pokemon.
Oh, just the way the style of the front-facing monsters and stuff.
Well, the
like
front-facing monsters and like the different types and their locations and stuff, like based on what you have here,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Pokemon is technically a JRPG, so it's just the most popular, of the monster capturing style JRPGs.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm sure elements of that were taken from games such as this. I mean, this game is kind of the godfather of all JRPGs. This is like kind of the starting point when they were on consoles with the Japanese style.
Right.
Interesting fact about continuing and saving in this game. This one, when it was released in Japan, to save, you had to go and talk to the king and get the code, the backup. You know how a lot of NES games had like the codes you had to put in?
Right. With Mike Tyson and stuff like that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's how you used to have to save in this one. There's several differences, but that was one of them. By the time it got released here in America, 3 or so years later, they added some extras to it, and they enhanced some of the graphics, which we'll talk about them later. But one of the things they added that battery into the
Cartridge.
Yeah,
Like they did with Zelda and stuff.
Yeah, they added the battery backup instead of having to do the password saves. So that was actually obviously a bonus. The areas were kind of regioned off. What stopped you was how strong the enemies were in those regions.
Gotcha.
So, and you you can generalize that based on crossing bridges from like going over the river to the next area. The area you're in now is all maybe this level of monsters. You can expect these 2 or 3, whatever. But then knowing if you go over that bridge, depending on where you are, they can jump to a part that you're not ready for. You got to come back later.
Right.
It's a lot of grinding, obviously. That's very common in JRPGs, even today. But more so back then. That was just a common thing, grinding.
I mean, it's one of the joys of games like this. This is the grind. Sitting there and hacking away and oh, now I have this many hit points to do this, and oh, now I have this much strength and I can do this, and little joys.
Yeah, because when you get to certain levels, you beat certain monsters. You feel like you accomplished something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, I just spent 5 hours grinding up so I can beat this one boss or get through this one dungeon. So you feel excited about it. So before we load the game up and start playing, just a couple more things I'd like to mention is that it was actually the first NES RPG game as well. So one of the first JRPGs that came to America, but also it just happened to be the first RPG on the system. Obviously, again, there was RPGs for computers and things like that before, but that was important too.
But this was the first console-based one.
Yeah, first console-based. It wasn't as widely received here in America. It was important to some people, maybe not to others. But because that was, I think, due partially to the fact that many people were playing computer RPGs, and they were more familiar with that style, where this was different at the time. So
that and the level of gamers were different back then too. Like you had your arcade gamers and you had your computer gamers. The console gamers had yet to really start blossoming per se. Like they were more in line with the arcade gamers than the PC gamers. I mean, still like the divide you have today. Well, PC is like, oh, we have all these great games, and console like, but we're still gamers too. So.
Yeah, and that was another thing when this game was being created. Part of the reason is because they were actually trying to bring RPGs into the console world in Japan, because at that point, pretty much all they had was the Western computer RPGs, which at the time in Japan, not a whole lot of people actually even had computers over there. But consoles were very popular at the time.
Right.
So this was kind of a bridge there too for them when they first released it, to bridge between RPGs on a console so that the Japanese can enjoy it and get into it, for some people for the very first time.
Right.
So for me, with this game, it came out in '89 in North America. At that time, I was 4, 5 maybe, depending on when we got it. We did get it. My dad got it. I can't remember how old I was when I would assume we were probably 5 when my dad got it, right around there. Obviously, I didn't actually play it back then because I was young, but I watched and played a lot.
Yeah.
And that kind of spanned into my love for Final Fantasy, being my favorite JRPG game and series of all time. Because that's the same thing. We'll talk about that in another video, but same thing. I used to watch him and my brother play that all the time. Eventually, though, when I got older and I started playing it, I picked up Final Fantasy. I never actually really got into playing Dragon Quest when I was younger. So, but it's one of those things that looking at it now and thinking back, it's still really cool just because I remember being a kid, looking at the book or looking at the map and seeing the monsters, and watching them fight them and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, I missed out as a kid because I was whenever I didn't play my NES, it was my old man playing it, and he was just all about just regular. There was, we obviously had our sports games, baseball, boxing, wrestling, and Mario was in there, and that was pretty much all he played.
Yeah.
I wanted to broaden my horizons, play all these other games, and so watching him play, I didn't really get to do much. So, and then what they allowed me to play, it was a whole other story. So I didn't even get to really get into RPGs per se till PlayStation, before I actually got into any real RPG games. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's start the game up. Since you've never played it before, and I haven't played it since I was a kid, but again, this is more of your first impressions and stuff like that. We're gonna obviously again look at this in the eyes of, or the filter of, back being in the '80s. What it was like then. Now that we looked at the ads and the books and all that, so we're not gonna obviously compare it to modern day RPGs or JRPGs or games in general. We just want to look back at its time, its historical, timeline. But here we go. Let's start the Dragon Warrior for the Nintendo. So, hear that music? And right there it says 1986 Enix, 1989 Enix. Again, because originally 1986 it was released in Japan, but in '89 it got licensed, like it said there, and then to Nintendo here in America. So let's start it up. I guess I won't have enough to write my whole YouTube name in here, so we'll just go with 0. We'll start with normal, see how it goes. It's not music. It sounds kind of again dated for now, but back then, man, that was pretty cool. Let's see what this guy has to say. This looks like the king. So yeah, this is the king. We are descendants of Erdrick, which is kind of a important character in all of the Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest games. Like I said, these games have spanned over 3 decades now, and they've had tons of spin-offs. They've had anime, they've had manga, movies, but Erdrick's like the hero from legend. Usually there's some sort of connection to him, whether you're his great-great-grandchild or whatever.
I like the Belmont in Castlevania.
All right, so I'm gonna try to open this up. I clicked on it, and I am not in the right spot, so I gotta walk onto it. And I think I have to do search. Search the ground. There's a treasure box. Okay, that didn't work. Take. Of gold thou hast gained 120. Cool. Thank you, good king. Alright, let's see. This guard is on my treasure box.
That's what she said.
I go to jail for killing the first guard. Fortune smiles upon thee. Thou hast found the torch. That is used for some of the dungeons. If you go into the dungeons and you don't have a torch, it's literally black. You can't tell where your character is, where you're going, you're running the walls, and they're kind of like mazes,
Right.
So with that, you can see around. And there's another treasure chest over here. I'm gonna take it. It's more fortune smiles upon thee. Thou hast found the magic key. I have no idea what that's for because, like, again, I have not played this.
It's to open that door.
Probably. You may leave my kingdom after you get the key out of the chest. Right, let's talk to this guard who obviously has ADHD. Dost thou know about Prince Gwaylin? Gwaylin, that's an ugly name.
That is a horrible name.
Beef, do you know anything about Princess Gwaylin?
I do not.
Then let's tell him we don't know anything. Half a year now passed since the princess was kidnapped by the enemy.
What?
6 months.
Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, I was about to say, you'd think that's something the king would have led with.
Well, he did mention it, that the princess was gone and that didn't he? Did he not mention it?
No.
Okay, I guess I did not.
Yeah.
I read it and I didn't even realize I didn't read that part.
Yeah, no.
So that is like a separate thing. I do remember that the princess thing is kind of like a side quest, but it is important. This is like one of those games that actually had a couple different types of endings, I guess. So defeating the Dragon Lord was one of them. saving the princess, then defeating the Dragon Lord, and it has an option to join the Dragon Lord at the end.
No kidding.
Which I guess kind of end games it, but it's technically an ending.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. So let's see what these guards have to say.
Again, not a very common thing that happened with games back then.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You know, the choices were not. They weren't really popular until about N64 days, like Dream, like right there. That's when they started making choices.
Mm-hmm. All right, talk to this guy.
Or multiple endings is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. So ends to heal, which is a staple. Now, obviously, in JRPGs, healing at the ends, you know, getting items, getting weapons, grinding, that kind of stuff. So, all right, I can't walk through the door, so I'm going to click on door. It opened.
And it didn't say huge magic key, so that's a good thing.
Well, he did just mention about it, and I was listening to you, so I didn't read what he said. But he said something about the key, so I'm just going to keep going. Where's stairs? There it is. All right, what do these guys want to say? I mean, I don't know if I'm going to talk to everyone or not, but I might. You're supposed to, you know? It's kind of those games you're supposed to talk to people and figure it all out. Teamwork. Record thy deeds in this Imperial Scroll. So that's actually how you save now. So you talk to the king and he records your deeds in his Imperial Scroll.
Would you have to come all the way back here every time?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
There has to be some sort of, like, portal or Hearthstone or something, no?
Nope. You had to walk.
So if you, okay, so...
You walked from here to where you needed to get to, hope you didn't die, and then you walk back when you're done to save.
Get out of here. Oh my god. Okay,
or if you're playing in the 80s, early 90s, on the Nintendo, you hope no one ran in and kicked it or shook the floor and restarted the game.
Yeah, that as well.
Because that my younger brother used to do when I played the first Final Fantasy, and I'd be out in a dungeon and he would come in mad at me for something and stomp on the floor, and the game would shift and I'd lose the game. And I'd been playing for like 2 hours straight, and I'd get so mad. So yeah, that's one of the negatives to the old cartridge, you know, Nintendo.
Although they were sturdy.
Yeah.
I could fill the crowd in on how I know that, but I'll just... there's a lot of things I know about the sturdiness of the NES that I'll just... I'll let go.
Yeah, they lasted, that's for sure. Of course, everything was safe until the Dragon Lord's minions came and ruined it all.
Damn minions.
Well, if we knew Lady, I think we wouldn't have to go find her.
Exactly. Okay.
I wonder if... Let's see. Door.
Get out. Really? The freaking... Wow.
I think that was like an intro to teach you how to get through doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the game, or the game designer's way of saying, let's teach them how to open treasure chests and actually open doors before they leave this first room. So I think that's what it is. I'm guessing that I'll be able to open that after a quest or something. You know what I mean? Or maybe several quests. I don't know.
Sure.
To become strong enough to face future trials, thou must first battle many foes. All right. So again, if this being your first JRPG and not knowing that must probably important to know.
And he's still weaponless too.
Oh, thanks. So this is another door that I can't open without a key. And I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Okay, yeah. All I have is the torch now. Yep, so I need a key for that. I'm pretty sure I cannot go. If I go out there, it's going to leave the castle. So another thing to note between the Japanese version and the American version of this is you see how the sprites have, when you walk down, they walk down. When they walk up, they turn back left and right. In the original one, the characters were all forward-facing only, no matter which way you went.
Oh, okay.
Even all the townspeople and stuff, they're all forward-facing. So as you walked up and down, you just kind of went like this, up, down, left.
Okay.
You know, you kind of scrolled. You didn't actually turn. So that was another neat. There's a few other small things they did with the designs and the sprites and stuff. But that's one of the biggest ones.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. So you can kind of say like this was the upgraded version of that. We are merchants who have traveled much in this land. Many of our colleagues have been killed by servants of the Dragon Lord. rumor has it that entire towns have been destroyed by the Dragon Lord's servants. So I really need to kill his servants.
Yeah, the servants seem to be the problem.
Take him out afterwards.
I mean, hey, maybe the Dragon Lord is just completely misunderstood. It's his servants that are causing all the problems.
That's true. Maybe that his servants, are actually not his servants.
Yeah, they're like this wild zealot cult.
When entering the cave, take with thee a torch. Okay, thank you. Where can I find? Okay, nobody can find her. You're the second person who's looking for her. Hey, look, this guy looks like an old wizard.
Hey, maybe that's a shop.
You know what? I bet it's Gandalf, and he's gonna give me a ring. Just kidding. Zero's coming was foretold by legend. May the light shine upon this brave warrior. What did he do? I wish I would have read the instruction book before we started playing. I'll probably do that whenever I do.
Yeah, I feel like he probably would have healed you if you were...
Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe that's the inn. You know what? That might have been the inn. Because it did flash, right? I don't know.
No, I think he's just a healer.
So I'm level 1, I have 15 HP, 0 MPs, because I have no magic yet. Gold, 120. And I think E is how much experience I have so far, I'm guessing. Okay. Let's see what these guys have to say real quick. Talk. Oh, this is Tantagol Castle. So now we know what castle we are in. Tantagol. Okay, cool, thank you guys. Wait, can I go around? Nope, there's water. Alright, so now we're gonna fight something. Let's go outside and fight. Oh, that's the town. I think he said go to that town to heal, didn't he? Let's fight something.
You don't have a weapon.
Yeah, you have to start with something.
No?
He didn't give me a weapon.
I know.
So I have to have a weapon. Either I'm just gonna punch something.
Well,
He did give me money, huh? Let me see. I think when you get the weapons, they automatically equipped in this game. There's no actual equipped thing. Am I gonna fight something? There you go. Red slime. Hear that music?
yes.
That's the fight music.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Apparently it's very annoying after a while though, because you do this for hours and hours and hours and fighting all your monsters. But
yeah,
right now it's cool. But look at that, it's kind of cool how they did this. You're facing it, so they show it this way, but there's a scene.
Yeah.
You don't see your character on this screen, like in the first Final Fantasy. You see your characters on the side and stuff like that. But this is kind of cool because it's looking at you. You are the character. So let's see. I'm gonna fight it. I attack. I only hit it for 1 damage. It hit me for 2. Maybe I don't have a weapon. I think I'm just punching a slime.
Yeah, I really do. I think that's what's going on.
Wouldn't that be horrible if I died in the first fight in the game? Oh, I defeated it. I've increased by 1 gold. Oh, experience 1, gold 2. So as you can see, I have 1 experience. I don't know what it takes to the next level, but I'm guessing it's not
All right, well, real quick.
Well, I'm gonna go here and see if I can find a town. What do you want me to do?
I was gonna say you should go back to that wizard, see if he's a healer.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's do that. Let's go test that theory. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh, a blue one. These ones are a little easier. So this is kind of the mascot. Well, it is the mascot of Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest, whatever. Is the slime. So it's technically the first easiest monster in this game.
Okay.
But it has become the mascot throughout all the games.
Well, at least it's not rats.
Rats for the mascot?
Yeah. Well, like every other damn.
Oh yeah, you fight. Yeah.
RPG. Hey, go into this basement and kill these rats. Go into this tunnel and kill these rats. Go into this sewer and kill these rats.
Yes, that's true.
Along with these turtles. Huh?
So he hits me just as hard as the red one, so I'm wondering if he just has less health. Yep, it only took me to hit 2 hits to kill that one. But he did the same amount of damage, so the red one just has more health. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day, ain't it?
It is.
Not a bad thing.
No, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
If it's stuck in your head all week, then that's too bad. Alright, so before I talk to this guy, I have 9 HP. Talk. You did not heal me.
No, just
He just flashed me.
yeah.
The old man. It's flashing me.
The old man in the corner. Feel like there's a song about this?
Alright, let's see if I can get up here without dying. Alright, I made it. What is your name? Thou art most welcome in
Brecconary?
Brecconary.
Yeah. Sounds right to me.
Okay. Go north to the seashore, then follow the coastline west until thou hath reached Garenham. Man, these
For no reason? Just go that way?
go. She just told me like to leave her town. You're not welcome in my town. Here's how you get to the next one.
Hey, excuse me, can you tell me how to get back the way you came? Oh, alright.
Many have been the warriors who have perished on this quest, but for thee, I wish success there. Well, at least
So all the others you didn't want success for? Is that what he's saying?
Here's an inn. Let's see what this guy says. 6 gold. I have to kill 6 of them just to stay here one night.
Ah.
I'll come back. Do I need a key for this door?
You know it.
Yeah, I need a key for all doors. Okay.
That is so
So
annoying.
at some point I can talk to that guy after I get a key. Okay, this guy must be someone that's searching for the princess who lives in this he lives in this town. I don't know. He's in this town searching. So the question is he failing his search, or did he go to this town and just kind of that's as far as he ever went? Like he went outside and he's like, shit, there's a bunch of slimes attacking.
What is this? Oh, no, screw this. I'm going over here. I'm done.
I'm gonna stay within the walls of this inn
I'm
where they
done.
can't hurt me.
I'm a coward.
Although he's probably gonna run out of money before too long. Because it's 6 gold just to sleep there every night. Let's see what she has to say. No, I'm not Princess Gwaelin. Oh, well damn. I
Wow.
could've just finished the game if you were. No, I guess I still have to be the bad guy. Enter where thou can.
Phrasing?
Within sight of Tantagil Castle to the south is Sharlock, the fortress of the Dragon Lord. So that was what we saw across the river, was the actual Dragon Lord's castle. So this is where he was saying, enter where thou can. It was more of him telling me just to go into this building. Welcome, we deal in tools. What can I do for thee? Herb, torch, dragon scale. I think herb is for healing, but that's more expensive than going to the inn right now. So, and I have 1 torch, but I'll remember if I ever need another torch, an herb.
So you know where this guy?
You know what? I don't even know if herb's for healing. It might be for something quest related. We'll find out. This is kind of earlier. Art thou the descendants of Erdrick?
Hast thou any proof? Yeah, my word.
The king told me I was. Go talk to him. I don't know. Stop walking away from me. Get out of those trees. Did I talk to this guy yet?
No.
Yes, or somebody like him. Okay, let's see. Who are you? Oh, you gotta buy keys to open up all these doors. You buy them at a town.
Wonderful.
So that means that guy behind the other door either has a magic key to get himself out, or or he's permanently locked in there dying because someone hasn't bought a key to get him out yet.
If thou art cursed, come again.
Okay, so that guy removes curses.
Again, the phrasing going on in this is just...
Okay.
Oh, go
Guess I
left.
can't
Go
go
left
in
real quick. Go left. There was this thing.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Sword. Welcome. Enter the shop and speak to its keeper across the desk. Okay, I was about to do that until you stopped me, lady. We deal in weapons and armor. Dost thou wish to buy anything today? Yes. What dost thou wish to buy? I have enough money to buy something good, so... Oh, no, I don't. I gotta buy a club. Club? Yeah, because that's half my money.
God, that's terrible.
I can buy...
I don't understand how you know, supposed to be this great warrior, great descendant. You'd think you would have had something waiting for
Apparently
you.
I was punching those goblins. Or those, what do they call it?
The slimes? This whole time he's been punching slimes.
So I think I'm gonna buy a club and some clothes. Because I'm not wearing any clothes right now.
Oh, well.
That's why they said enter.
That would explain why you're blue.
The club. Yes. How would I act? What if I accidentally didn't know and I bought the club again? Like, what's telling me what I have? See, you know what I mean? I just have to remember I bought a club and I bought clothes. No, I don't have any more money. I gotta go kill goblins for 1 gold each. Alright, let's talk to these last 2 people and then we'll kill something. Watch thy hit points when in the poisonous marsh. Oh no, I think it's one of those things where as you take a step, it hurts you.
Oh, that sucks.
It's the poisonous marsh.
That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Beware the bridges. Danger grows when thou crosses.
Oh,
cool.
This is just a hellhole.
Just where the next... No, I probably don't want to go too far. Oh crap, a ghost. I hope I don't die. If I die, it's your fault.
How are you? No.
He did 3 damage.
I don't accept that.
He dodged my hit. Oh man. We're about to have the first death. I wasn't ready for ghost. I went too high up. Oh, I defeated it. Got 4 golds, but now I'm almost dead, so I gotta go back to town. Oh no! A Dreki.
Well,
I think these ones are easier than ghosts, so. Oh, I'm getting low on health there, buddy. It turns red when you get low on health. That's cool.
that does help.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of the woods, because I think maybe it increased the rate of attack when I was in the woods.
Oh, probably.
I'm gonna cut through the forest.
Oh, you're brave.
Come on. Oh, I got it. Oh, I barely made it. You see how everything was like pink? It's like I was seeing blood or something. That was kind of cool.
Seeing red again.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's go talk to the king. Let's see how saving looks. And then I'll go wander until I die.
Yes.
See how that, so we can get an idea how that works too.
Oh, that's cool. Tells you how many experience points you need.
Yeah, that is cool. So I could have just killed 4 more.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go kill 4 more. But first, let's save.
That's actually a really cool way of doing it.
Alright, I'm gonna go kill 4 more, then I'll heal, then I'll save, then I'll go wander until I die. Now I should, right? Yep. Do-do-do-do-do. Courage and wit have served thee well. The power increased by 2. The response speed increased by 2. So now I have magic at level 3.
You've learned a spell. Hopefully it's heal.
Yeah, let's see. Spells. Heal.
Ha ha!
Oh, I hit him hard that time. Good.
Wow.
That was a lucky crit. Alright, so...
I wonder how much your attack actually goes up. There's the bridge.
There's the bridge.
That's the bridge she was speaking of.
Let's go. Time to die. I'm just gonna walk in this desert. That's probably a nice idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. No. Oh, this is a higher level one of the Draki. This is a Magic Draki. Uh-oh. Let's see if he might
could be
kill
bad.
me.
This could be bad.
Hit him for 2. He casts Hurt on me
Oh.
for 8.
Ow.
Let's see how heal works. I heal. I healed, I didn't see how much, but 10 or 11? Oh man.
It was a pretty big heal.
Yeah, but he hit harder. Or hits, not harder, hits pretty hard. Okay, now he's just attacking without magic. That magic attack was hard though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he got me! 9.
Oh no.
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh no. Thou art dead.
Thou art dead. And I'm back at the king.
Oh, what's your level and stuff at though?
I will give thee another Death should not have taken thee. I will give thee another chance to reach the next level of thy experience points. Must increase by 15. Yep, so if I remember, it's mentioned that your gold gets taken, a part of your gold gets taken, like half, but not your experience.
It looks like your gold did get taken.
Yeah, I think it halves your gold, but not you don't lose experience.
Oh my god, it halves your gold?
Yeah.
That is terrible.
So these are just a little more grinding for gold, but you don't get weaker.
Well, yeah, that's good, but damn.
I'm gonna say no. Rest then for a while. Please push reset. Cool. Oh, what? That's crazy.
Huh?
So, what'd you think?
I loved it. Like if I had that back in the day, there's hours and hours and hours would have been wasted.
Yeah.
Until the first time I died, and then
probably just go back and do it again.
I don't know, but depending on how.
Or you play more cautiously, you know?
Depending on how knowledgeable I was about the gold situation and whatnot, like how bad.
Mm-hmm. How much money you had saved up.
Yeah, like.
I guess you don't really want to save too much at that point. You want to get the money and spend it just in case.
Yeah.
Get the armor, get the weapon, as soon as you can.
Yep.
That would probably keep you from having to worry about losing it too much.
I would have had a lot of time invested in this game back then.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure there's people who have played it. Love to hear from them what they think. Stories, if you have any stories of times you spent, memories you've cherished. Maybe this was the game that led you down your path to, other JRPGs and stuff. We love to hear stuff like that if you want to tell us on the YouTube chat.
Or maybe this was the game that completely turned you off from RPGs because you're like, oh, no, I'm not investing this much time.
Yeah. Maybe you tried it, you grinded a bit, died, and you gave up. Who knows? Let us know.
Well, thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah, of course. Good to have you. Happy that we both randomly wore Dragon Ball Z stuff.
That was a very happy thing.
For the Toriyama little nod.
Yeah.
Nod, I should say. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. And remember, peace, love, and cheese.